Hey friends, we are on lesson 37. So pull out 37, see if it looks like this one. It starts with a 6 centimeter line segment, and make sure you're on side A, has a shape that looks like this. A long rectangle at the bottom, that is 37. So you will notice when we take a look at this, while you're finding your side A, these are starting to pack in quite a few skills, and there's quite a bit of reading on it. So I'm going to read through the front of this and do it like we normally do. If you have any trouble reading on side B, you can always hop on Zoom or write me an email, either during our regular Zoom meeting or another time if you need to, and ask me to read a little bit on side B. So if you have any reading trouble on it, go ahead and give me a call. I don't think you're going to. By the time we work our way through these, I think you're going to recognize your job on side B. But if you do, let me know. So the first one says draw a 6 centimeter line segment. 6 centimeters. So we go to the centimeter side of our ruler, and we line the first measuring mark up with the dot, and 6 centimeters is right there. And the next one says draw a congruent line segment, same size, same shape, 6 centimeters. Okay, name and date. Number 1, Lenny has 48 cents. Keith has 56 cents, Maureen has 23 cents, and Nora has 53 cents. Who has the greatest amount of money? Who has the least amount of money? And then we're going to put them in order from the one who has the most to the one who has the least. So let's go back and find the important parts. You know that I always like to get to the question to see what parts we're looking for before we start highlighting or looking for important information, because we don't know what's important yet if we haven't read what they're going to ask, right? Lenny has 48, Keith has 56, Maureen has 23, Nora has 53. Find the greatest first. So what is the greatest? We can look at the tens place. This is in the 40s. This is in the 50s. What's bigger? 50s, right? 50s, 20s. What's bigger? Still the 50s. 50s, 50s. We have a tie here. Now we look at the ones place. What is greater, 3 ones or 6 ones? 6 ones, right? So who has the greatest amount of money? They're asking for a name if they're saying who. They're not asking for cents. Who has the greatest amount of money? Keith. Who, and we can write, if you want to, you can write how much money he has. Doesn't matter too much. I'm looking for the name since they said who. Who has the least amount of money? So go back again and do the same process looking for the smallest group of tens. So 4 and 5, which was the smallest. 4, 40 and 20, which is the smallest. 20, and then we compare that to 50, and 20 is still the smallest, right? Maureen, M-A-U-R-E-E-N, Maureen only had 23 cents. Okay, now we have to put them in order from the one who has the most, so the most is going to be over here, to the one who has the least. Least is going to be over here. Most means the highest number, least means the lowest number, right? So we already know who has the greatest or the most. Those are the same things. And we are writing the names. Don't forget, we're not writing the amounts, we're writing the names. So Keith had the most with 56 cents. Maureen had the least with 23 cents. Maureen, 23 cents. Okay, now we have to figure out where Nora and Lenny go. So which has more, or who has more? 53, 48. Does Nora have a bigger amount, or does Lenny have a bigger amount? Nora has 53. Lenny has 48. Okay, and take a glance over them. They should be going down. How many days are there in 2 weeks? So how many days in 2 weeks? Well, how many days are in 1 week? We have to figure that out first. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Don't forget the weekend, right? So there's 7 days in 1 week. And in 2 weeks, we have to do that 2 times, right? 7 times 2 is 14 days. How many eggs are there in 1 dozen? Do you remember how much 1 dozen is? 12. How many eggs are in a half dozen? So if 1 dozen is 12, what is half of 12? If you need to make a drawing, go ahead. I think you remember this, but we're gonna split it into 2 equal groups and make half. 10, 11, 12. A half dozen is 6. Write 4 ways to make 51 cents. By the way, if you haven't been taking notes on side A, start taking notes. I want you to remember that you are taking notes on side A, just like in class. Write 4 ways to make 51 cents using dimes and pennies. So, we're going to be trading a little bit, right? So the first way to do it is 5 dimes, 5 tens, and 1 penny, right? That's the easiest way, I think. So let's do that one first. 5 dimes, 1 penny. There's lots of right ways to do this answer, but I'll just show you one. Now we can trade a group of dimes. We can trade 1 dime for a group of pennies, right? So 1 dime trades for 10 pennies. So we take 1 dime off of here, and now we have 4 dimes, and we trade them for 10 pennies. So it's 1 plus 10 more is 11 pennies, right? If we add this up, 40, because 4 dimes is worth 40, plus 11, we should still get 51. So let's do that again. Let's take out another dime. So we had 4 dimes, or we could say we're taking 2 away from this one. That's fine too. So 4 dimes, take away another 1, so now we only have 3 dimes. But now we're going to add 10 more onto the pennies. So 11 plus 10 more is 21. The other way you could think of it is we took 2 dimes away from here and we added 20 cents onto here. Whichever way is easier for you to think about it. So let's do it this way now. Let's take 3 dimes. Let's take 30 cents, 3 dimes away from here. So now we only have 2 dimes left. We took 3 dimes away, that's 30 cents. Now we add it on to here, 31. And if I add these up, it should still equal 51 cents. Okay? Trading tens for ones. Write the words length and width on the rectangle. Measure the sides using the centimeter scale. I'm thinking they mean this rectangle. So write the words length and width on the rectangle. I'm not sure why they're having you do that, but we'll do it. So length could either be this way or this way, I believe. Since this is the long way, I'm going to write length, and I'm going to write width here. Okay? Not sure why they're having us do that. Maybe just to get used to those words. Measure the sides using the centimeter scale. So let's do length first. How long It is 7 centimeters long. And we can't just write a 7, we have to write centimeters on there. Width, let's measure that. It is 3 centimeters in width. Okay. What fractional part of this shape is shaded? So how many equal pieces are there? We have to figure out our denominator first. How many equal pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 pieces. They are all equal. So that's the number on the bottom. Now we got to look for the shaded pieces. So, how many pieces are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if I read it with the words out of, see if it sounds right. Are there 5 out of, because that's what that means, right? 5 out of 6 shaded. 5 out of 6. And that looks correct. I should have underlined these when I was up here. So length and width, and then you're using centimeters on your ruler. Find each answer. So pay attention. They're going to switch up the signs on you. 6 times 10, 6 groups of 10. We can take the 0 and put it behind the 6 to make 60, or we can count 6 groups of 10, count by tens. 20, let's go down here. 78 plus 10 more. We can add 1 group of 10s onto the 78. So if we add 1 onto the tens column, the 7 becomes an 8. And we have 88. Otherwise, you could also set this up on a piece of scratch paper and add it the way you're more comfortable doing it. 23 plus 40. Now we practiced this a little bit, I believe, yesterday. I'm getting my assignments mixed up a little bit, but if there's no carrying, if your 1s and your 10s add up to less than 10, you can do this in your head a little bit. So you add your 1s columns, the 0 and the 3, and that equals 3. Then you add your 10s column, the 4 and the 2. So 40 plus 20. 4 plus 2 is 6. So if we were to add that up over here, you don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you. This is what you did. You added your 1s and you got 3, and you added your 10s and you got 6. 63. If you add your 1s and you get something like 11 or 15 or something where you have to carry, don't use this strategy yet. We're not quite ready there. Okay, multiplying again, so take the 0 and put it after the 17. 17 with a 0 after it is 170. Last one. I have 6 dimes, 3 nickels, and 4 pennies. How much money is this? Write the amount in 2 ways. So, if you need to use scratch paper for this, you certainly can. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimes. Dimes are worth 10. So how much money is that? 6 tens is 60, right? 3 nickels. 1, 2, 3. Nickels are worth 5. And so that's 15 more. And 4 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't necessarily have to write those because you know those are worth 4, right? So I'm kind of squeezing it in here. I probably should have done scratch paper, but that's okay. 5 plus 4 is 9. 6 plus 1 is 7. So I have 79 cents. The other way to write that, we've been practicing, is a $sign and a decimal point. I don't have any whole dollars because I don't have anything in the hundreds column. So that is 79 cents. Okay, I know these assignments are getting a little longer. So do your best to read through them. Listen to the video one more time if you need to. and look back at your notes on side A when you're doing side B to give you help. You can always use side A to give you help. You can always use your math journal to give you help. Okay, have a great afternoon.